What's uptown?
Uptown was in Brewster Project.
And what year was that? Do you remember?
54.
54. And how was it back then?
Elaborate.
Elaborate? How would you say the businesses was, the atmosphere, the people?
Well, people was all doing pretty good at that time because Black Bottom was, the expressways were coming in and that we were being replaced.
We moved so much, we moved in the same house twice.
Okay. And then what schools did you go to? Do you remember your grade school or high school you went to?
Barstow, then I went to Duffield. After Duffield, I went to Miller.
That was in 44, 45.
Okay. And then who was your parents and what was their occupation? What did they do for a living?
Carl and Luella Jackson. Those were my parents. My father worked at Ford, my mother worked at a cleaning on 7 miles.
And how many sisters and brothers did you have?
I was the only child. I was very rare that I was the only child who lived in the project.
Wow. And what would you say when you say Black Bottom? What would you say? What fun memories that you have of that?
Well, I learned a lot. I was a young boy. I was 12, 13 years old. And I did a lot of growing up in Black Bottom.
Okay. And did you grow up with some of the legends? Like boxers or singers or?
That came when I got to high school. I met Joe Harris, who was Henry Hank, and Ted Wright, and Charles Yates, Walter Sabbath.
Keep yourself looking good as shit.
Wow. Did you meet Ted Wright at school or you met him here when he was over here at the Brewster?
Ted Wright at Brewster Center.
Did you know his brother Bobby Wright as well?
No, I knew Bobby Wright from Persian.
Okay.
Not from Brewster.
Tell me, do you recall the 1943 riot here in Detroit?
So I wasn't even in Detroit. I didn't come to Detroit in 1944.
Okay, do you recall the 1967 riot here in Detroit?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell me something about that?
All right, Bird.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I was grown when the 67 riot came in. And we had we lived on Santa Rosa. And the tanks came up and down the street. We had to get people to kids and
What was the atmosphere like? Did you all have a curfew? I mean,
well, at first it was like a carnival. After we got to fighting and shooting, it became kind of serious.
and how long did that last? Do you recall? Was it a week?
It was a week.
Wow. And I heard at that time that we lost a lot of businesses too down in Black Bottom.
Well, there was nothing down in Black Bottom but during the riot. The 67 riot, that I can recall. But it was all up and around 12th Street where everything was happening that was going on.
Eastern was closed.
And then if you can go back in time, what would you change? What era would you change, or if you would change it?
I wouldn't change nothing because I learned too much. I learned how to live, how to survive.
What wisdom would you give this younger generation today?
Do the best you can and get you an education if you can, and get you a firm hold on what you got.
Right. And what can the new Brewsters learn from the old time Brewsters?
Well, the new Brewsters, we can learn how to use stepping stones, what stepping stones to use to get to where you want to be. No matter where you want to be a boxer, they have the boxers come through. You want to be a basketball player, you can learn to be a basketball player. You want to be a teacher, there were teachers around. Recreation instructors. All a lot of guys could advise you as to how to become a man. That was one of the main things, becoming a man, a responsible man.
All right. And then, do you know any history about Idlewild? Can you tell me something about Idlewild, Michigan?
So, Idlewild was this place that I heard about. We didn't have enough money to go to Idlewild. My parents went to Idlewild. They couldn't take me. Well, they would go up there on weekends. They couldn't take me. Idlewild was the place I heard about. We just knew about the Flame Show Bar. People came to the Flame Show Bar. We go to Idlewild later on.
Wow. Okay. And then, did you want to, what was the difference between Paradise Valley and Black Bottom? Was one a jazz sector and then one was for the blues, or it was just the part of town it was in?
It was just part of town where you could, I liked it because you could go see entertainment free. You didn't have to pay no money to go see entertainment down in Paradise Valley.
That's going to be safe and reserved.
You had a certain time you could go in the Flame Show Bar, you could go in free. You wouldn't have to pay no cover charge.
What were some of the businesses' names? Do you remember some of the bars, some of the stores, the market?
Elstino.
They doing that.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. I was wondering why I still said that.
A couple of my partners just making on live here to come out.
There was a lot.
Yeah. So that was
What was the one that Mr. Sonny owned?
St. Wilson. What about?
He owned which one? Which bar?
I forgot what the name of St. Wilson owned, but there was Garfield Lounge. A lot of guys played ball with Garfield
The
Lounge.
20 grand?
20 grand.
Wow.
Those were late comers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only thing that.
And what would be one of your favorite blues versus jazz singers? So many, huh?
Yeah, well,
But that's good.
girl that married like Twain Lane, she was the best. I used to see her at the Antoine over on Orchestra Hall. And she sang What a Difference a Day Make. That was down in Washington.
You know when the whole one.
Wow. I love that song. I said I love that song. Right. Well, I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Anything else you want?